I love finding out about forgotten authors, especially women writers. And this September at My Body, My Book Club, we'll be talking about an incredible historical novel by the often overlooked British writer Barbara Comyns. By the way, in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, My Body, My Book Club is an online book club for charity that I host. So every month we have a special guest and we donate all the proceeds from tickets to the charity of the month. You can check it out at mybodymybookclub.com. Now, September's novel is called A Touch of Mistletoe, and it's a story about two sisters, Victoria and Blanche, and how they navigate poverty, mental health issues, and family relationships between the 1920s and the 60s. We chose this book along with Emily Rhodes, the founder of Bookbanks, a charity bringing books to food banks, and who will be our guest for September. And yes, all the proceeds from tickets will be donated to Bookbanks to support their work. As always, you are welcome to join us even if you can't finish the book in time. Consider our chat with Emily as an introduction to the incredible Barbara Comyns. Now, the novel was first published in the 60s, and it's said that it's very much inspired by Comyns' own life. And although she had many admirers, including Graham Greene, she was seen as a somewhat naive writer. And reading this novel, I honestly can't see how you would think that. She writes in a very matter-of-fact style. It's very unadorned, but she is witty and clever, and although it deals with some very heavy topics, the book manages to be funny. This is not a regular coming-of-age story, and the main character, Victoria, is not a plucky heroine who overcomes all obstacles. She is sincere and sometimes aimless, which makes her an incredibly relatable character to read today. And that's why it's such a shame that Barbara Comyns is one of those writers whose brilliance seems to have slipped through the cracks of literary history. But with the weird girl lit trend, I think she's very much a writer to be rediscovered. Her style is just irresistible. The book is hard to put down, and it manages to do something that I find very hard to do well, and that is depicting poverty in a way that doesn't romanticize the struggles and isn't dramatic, even though the sisters do struggle. And a lot. Think of cooking cabbages over a candle. And if that makes you think of Dickens, you're not wrong. There's definitely something Dickensian about this book, and I mean this in a good way. I mean, another thing that the novel does really well is portraying the way mental illness was understood. Again, the matter-of-fact style works really well here. And I do think that many novels, especially those written by women, which were written in an accessible way, may have been considered less profound than they actually were. Just because a book is accessible, that doesn't mean it's shallow. Just because it's hopeful, that doesn't mean it's naive. There's humor and lightness in this book, and some incredible life lessons about resilience. It's full of wisdom and compassion, which may have been lost on some of the original reviewers of the book. So, you're all invited to join us online on the 11th of September and learn more about this incredible novel, even if you can't read it in time. And we're so happy to be raising funds for Bookbanks to support their mission to ensure that those facing financial struggles also have access to the joy of reading. It's a cause that aligns perfectly with the themes of Comyns' work, highlighting how literature can be a source of comfort and empowerment for those living in poverty. Join us as we celebrate the rediscovery of Barbara Comyns, share our thoughts on A Touch of Mistletoe, and support a fantastic charity making a real difference. You can book your ticket at mybodymybookclub.com. Hope to see you there.